A visit by New York City Mayor-elect Zohran Mamdani. He and the president are expected to speak this afternoon. Let's go back to CBS News senior White House and political correspondent Ed O'Keefe for more on that. So, Ed, it's interesting to me. There's no love lost, obviously, at least optically, between the president and the mayor-elect. But the mayor-elect, since having won that election, first of all, the reporting is that he reached out to the White House for this meeting, as is probably customary because New York City is the biggest city in the country. But I wonder if the signals that the mayor-elect is sending, which is that, look, if he is happy to work with the president of the United States if it benefits New Yorkers, is one that is perhaps different from the messaging that he used on the campaign trail, which, of course, is to be expected. In other words, Ed, he's a politician.
Yeah, but he was saying over the course of the campaign, and certainly in the closing days when he was being asked about it by us and others, is I will work with whoever I possibly can to better the lives of New Yorkers, but I'm also going to call out this administration if they do things to us that, or try to do things, or try to deploy people into this city that we don't think we need. So, there's a bit of a yin and yang setup here today, and political benefit and potential blowback for both of them. The mayor's team reached out, wants to have this meeting because obviously they've been sparring with each other in the press. They've never met before. I've taken to calling this the Kings of Queens Summit because the president is a native of Queens, the Jamaica neighborhood. The assemblyman, soon to be mayor, represents Astoria, another great neighborhood in Queens. And so these two guys have some commonality, right? They're both from Queens or came up in Queens. Both were seen as improbable winners in their contests, and both won by talking about issues regarding inflation, the cost of living. So the mayor has said, I'm here today to talk to him about making sure New York City gets everything it possibly needs and wants from the federal government, and to talk about our common issue of concern that the mayor argues the president's taken his eye off of, and that is the issue of affordability. We've done some surveys in recent days here at CBS News that show that 40% of New Yorkers can't necessarily afford to buy food. That's part of why Mamdani won. He was talking about that issue and making promises to address it. CBS News polling has shown the American public doesn't think the president's doing a good job on that issue. So in essence, this is sort of the mayor telling the president, get back to that issue that you won on, and let's see if we can find a way to work together. A few things to point out. The mayor is flying here. Should be here soon. He's not the first New York mayor to do this. Eric Adams was here during the Biden administration and obviously has been in touch with the Trump administration since the changeover and since the current mayor's politics began to change. It is customary for big city mayors to be in touch with the federal government directly because of the massive amounts of federal spending they get in terms of policing, infrastructure, education, and other issues. And in this specific case, the president during the mayoral campaign was suggesting he would be withholding federal funding from the city of New York were it to elect Mamdani. He falsely calls Mamdani a communist. Mamdani is a self-described democratic socialist. The meeting so far is closed to reporters, which means we may not see it happen. But custom around here is that it's closed press until about 10 minutes before when they tell us reporters will come in. 3 o'clock Eastern is when they're supposed to meet. We'll see if it opens up and we get any sense of how it goes.
All right. Hey, Ed, you know who else is from Queens? This guy.
Hey.
And what are you going to do about it? No, I'm only kidding. It's good to see you, my brother. Have a nice weekend, Ed. Thank you very much.
You too.
All right.
I'm from upstate. Upstate forever.
There you go.